Smooth. Day one of the EINSA Enduro World Series.
Crashed pretty good. Somehow I am totally fine.
So I took a spill on that one. If you are squeamish, you should close your eyes here.
Good morning, everybody. I am Macky. Let's sit over there. It is 7 o'clock and still dark here in EINSA, Spain. We are on our way to day one of the EINSA Enduro World Series.
It's dark. Let's start. You ready?
I mean, yeah, ready to go sit on the shuttle for an hour.
The transitions are going to be way easy to make, and we're probably going to end up sitting around a lot at the top. So we got dropped off from the shuttle and then had 48 minutes to get to the next time check, and it took me 8. Now we have 2 hours and 15 minutes to make it to the next time check. It's going to be a very mellow transition day, which is good in a lot of ways, but also kind of frustrating because I really hate getting to the top and then like sitting for 45 minutes and just doing nothing. All right, a quick rant about the UCI. So I'm on the stage getting ready to drop in, and they're like, oh, you're not allowed to wear a camera for this. I'm like, what do you mean you can't wear a camera? They're like, you're not allowed to film the stages. I'm like, what? So Sid looked it up, and apparently in the UCI rules, you are not allowed to have a camera on your body. It doesn't specifically say chest, and apparently all the reasons are helmet related. Like, if you fall on it, it could like crush the helmet or make the helmet not work properly. I'm hoping that at the starts, there will not be a UCI official, because I really want to get footage for you guys. It's just annoying because it's obviously rules aimed at roadies. Like, we have plenty of other things that could crush our helmets when we crash, like rocks and trees. It's just a frustrating example of like UCI rules being applied to everyone when they don't make sense for everyone. I made it up to the top, and despite going as slow as I possibly could and taking a 30-minute break, I still got here like 20 minutes early. Checked my tire pressure, put on my knee pads, ate something. I think that's my checklist before a race.
Yeah, Macky! Woo! Smooth.
Izquierda. Yeah, buddy. Thank you.
So I had a clean run. Kip, unfortunately, put a solid dent in his rim. So we're gonna see if we can save it with a little Gorilla Tape.
He's got the Vittoria airliner rim protector.
I want to catch Jordan so bad,
Really
and then he passed
easy
it
to
without
put
it.
in and provides good protection for stuff like that. So first stage is done. I felt a little slow at the beginning, but pushed pretty good on the climbs, and actually caught 2 guys on the second climb. I think I maybe gassed myself a little bit and had a hard time staying on the trail after that. So I ended up crashing slightly, but was able to catch the next guy ahead of me. I didn't actually pass him, but I was right behind him at the finish. So overall, quite pleased. It was a good run. Well, hey guys. Buenos dias.
Crashed pretty good. Somehow I am totally fine. But I did break off my mount, but I stopped and got my stages meter out of the bushes because I was like, doesn't matter. But now I have to straighten my handlebars.
Stage 2 of the day done. That one was clean. I felt more awake, which hopefully meant I went faster. But yeah, it was a good one. I'm pleased with that. So I made it up here to the top of stage 3, which is really cool. I really like stage 3. I think you guys are gonna dig the footage. I thought I'd talk a little bit about the difference for Enduro World Series. Enduro World Series is just that. It's a World Series, so best of the best from around the world. I have to adjust my expectations accordingly. I would be stoked with like a top 60 finish here. Top 100 would be pretty good and sort of what I'm expecting, like a lot different. There are a lot of people racing here this weekend. Super competitive, super fast guys. I'm in like a earlier group of pro guys. Someone told me I think I was second on the first stage of that, so that's great. I'm stoked. But there are another 200 pro guys who drop later than us. So, you know, if all of them beat me, that would put me in 200th. Hopefully, not all of them will beat me. But still, it's like, that's how competitive it is. It's crazy. You know the transitions are too long when someone who starts a half hour behind you gets to your start. How's it been?
I fell down,
Oh no.
but I'm fine.
Good.
But I had to go hunting for the stages dash in the bushes.
Oh shoot.
I mean, I didn't have to. It was a decision that I made.
You decided to go hunting. Yeah, fair enough.
It was actually
This was on 2?
pretty hard, fast, just like
Oof.
went into it was like a straight section and then there was a corner that snuck up on me and I just did
Oh shoot.
but I don't know.
But you're
The only
fine.
point of contact is this.
Okay.
That's literally it. I don't know how.
You got some dirt in your pants, but
Yeah. So, yeah, there's dirt everywhere. I broke the mount.
yeah, that's what I did too.
That's what I thought, yeah.
Yeah. How was one?
Where did that happen?
Clean?
I don't think I was warmed up.
Yeah.
Becky caught me, but it was really long. So
It was really
I'm
long.
surprised by that. And
Yeah.
It was like a good spot.
Good.
It kind of pulled over too early, but it made it so that she got me before it got into that like rocky. In the last one, I crashed and I could hear her. Then I think I got back up and made time on
Put
her
some time.
again.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think
Cool.
I actually had a pretty good stage, minus
Minus the falling over.
really honestly minus searching for this. If I just
Oh,
gone, I
shoot.
probably would. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'd rather have this.
Yeah,
So
I
20
understand.
seconds, yeah.
Yeah.
But no more mount, I guess, for me for the rest of this trip, which is kind of a bummer.
It actually might be nice. Because it won't fall off anymore if it's in your pocket.
I know, but I do like to look at it on the transitions with the
Oh,
clock.
that's true.
You have like a watch or something.
Yeah. Just did the third stage. It was clean. I hit the one line that I was trying to hit. At this point, we are 7 hours and 10 minutes in. 20 miles, 5,300 feet of climbing. This is where fatigue starts playing a role. All right, stage 7 done. Not stage 7, stage 4 done. done for the day. That last one is my favorite. It's the best. I think unfortunately my camera may not have recorded. If not, we'll put a card somewhere of somebody else riding it so you guys can get an idea. But I'm gonna hang out a little bit here and watch Sid finish. Some of you in our recent videos have asked why the sound is so muffled on my footage. That is because I'm using the adventure case on the Rilo, and basically it's waterproof, so it covers the microphone, so the sound's really muffled. We're trying to figure out a good solution, but because we are not in the States and don't have access to our normal tools and want to keep getting footage for you guys, I'm not gonna fuss with it. We're gonna just, you know, do our best to like make it work with what we have here, and then when we get back to the States, work with Rilo to try to figure out a good solution that protects the lens, which is the main thing that I worry about, and then also get you guys the better sound quality. So just letting you guys know, we do know about that. That's what's going on. We're gonna try to figure out a solution, but not until after Europe.
Macky really wants one of these. Are you having fun? Ah! Is the paint just starting to drip off?
No, I'm trying to decide if I have bacon grease on my bike, and I don't know what. I didn't eat any bacon, so I don't know why I would.
Ew.
Weird, huh?
Wax?
It feels like grease. It doesn't have the covering that wax does.
Gross. Don't eat bacon and ride.
We made it back to the house after 9 hours and 9 minutes, 5,800 feet climbed, 5,900 feet descended, 26.5 miles. So, yeah, it was a big one. Pretty exhausted. Looking at results when I chipped in, I am currently second. That is of the first group of pro guys, but there's another 200 pro guys who go later who have not chipped in yet, so who are theoretically faster. So hopefully I can beat some of them. So we will see. We will see.
So the reason that you don't have any race footage from me today is not that I forgot to turn on the camera. They made a huge deal about not having cameras at the beginning. Macky just ignored it, and nobody seemed to have an issue with it. I feel bad about disobeying rules, so I did. Anyway, overall, I was pretty pleased with today. I don't have any idea how I did because I was in a group of, it was supposed to be 5, ended up being 4 women because we didn't have an EWS ranking. We started way before everyone else, so most of the women have not finished yet. I honestly don't care about the result for this race, and I'm just pretty pleased that I had a crash that wasn't a big deal. Compared my results to my friend Mary, who races in the Masters. She's pretty awesome. She's raced World Cup cross country for 20 years, and now at age 47 is crushing the Masters EWS. Yeah. So she's awesome. I was beating her by 1 second, so that's where the real race is at tomorrow. Macky is beating her husband, Mike, by 6 seconds. So obviously this is like a couples thing, so I'm gonna have to buckle down and do it for the Team Schultz Franklin versus Team Broderick McConnellag. These are very long team names. We're gonna have to come up with better team names. So day 2. As you can tell, it's a lot sunnier now than yesterday. They actually changed the times for the first group of women and bumped us back 2.5 hours, basically. It's confusing, but it would have been nice to sleep in. Unfortunately, I didn't find that out until I was already up at like 7 o'clock this morning, so no sleeping in for me.
I looked at results last night and I'm currently sitting 85th. So as I had mentioned yesterday, different expectations for EWS races. And in this case, like, hey, I'm stoked with 85th. That's solid in a pretty massive field of like 300. Hopefully today is smooth and clean and fast, and I can bump that up a little bit. Another thing I wanted to mention this morning is that I plan to film again today with the chest mount. Not because I think the rules don't apply to me or I want to say screw you to the UCI or anything like that, but because part of why I'm here is to get footage for you guys and to show you guys what it's like to race at Enduro World Series. And nobody except the official at the very, very beginning knows or cares at all about that silly rule. So I'm just not gonna wear my camera until we get off the shuttle, and then I will pop it back on and do my best to get footage for you guys again today.
Todo bien. Bien. That was a show. I got a shrubbery stuck on me that was like so prickly, and then I kept riding and it was stabbing me. I crashed twice and I was like fine both times, but it was like frustrating. My arms just got so tired that I was like scared to go fast because I thought I'd crash.
So I took a spill on that one. If you are squeamish, you should close your eyes here. It looks like that. Not so great. Fortunately, they've got medical here, so we get it covered up, and I think that may be the end of my race. I'm not sure it would be a good idea to finish it up. Yeah, I think that might be the end.
Oh yeah.
Well, here, I'll show you.
Oh god.
Yeah, it's a good one. That was Kip's reaction.
Okay.
Las tiras de aproximación allí para sujetarle.
Sí, y un apósito,
Y un
¿no?
apósito, y ya está. Escucha, hay que coser, ¿vale?
Okay.
Entonces, donde está la meta,
Sí.
está el puesto nuestro.
Okay.
Sabes que hay una ambulancia y entonces ellos tienen tiempo y ahí te lo cosen, ¿vale?
Okay. Bueno. Well, they got me all bandaged up, and now I am coasting back down to the castle to get some stitches. It's really a bummer to end a race like that. I was really looking forward to all three of the stages today. I wanted to see if I could get a couple spots higher, and really I felt fairly good on that first one, minus the crash like 2 minutes in and splitting my arm open. It's starting to get kind of painful now that the adrenaline's wearing off. All right, on the 20-minute pedal back to the castle, my arm is definitely starting to get pretty stiff. The adrenaline has definitely worn off, but I'm here at the medical shipping container to get some stitches. Wish me luck.
No le grabes la cara.
Y estos también se llaman puntos.
Grapas.
Rapas? Staples. No stitches for this guy. Staples. And they apparently need 2 kits of them. Not sure that's a good sign. So in our recent video of what we wear, we mentioned that we don't wear elbow pads. But I'm beginning to rethink that decision, and I may start wearing elbow pads after this because this is pretty painful, and I had a sort of similar crash and stitches last year. So yeah, elbow pads might be in the near future for this guy. Okay, I used this as an opportunity to improve my medical Spanish vocabulary, which more or less was non-existent.
I learned to say sutures, or to suture, which is suturar. Sounds just like sutures, which is how I understood what they were saying. Puntos are stitches, but I did not get puntos, I got rapas, which are staples. This whole thing just reminded me of the video we did with Jim recently on first aid. If you haven't checked that out, I'll put a card. But I actually do have a bandana in my backpack that, had I not been at a race in a stage, I would have stopped and like covered it up. But I figured there would be a medical crew at the bottom, so I just raced the stage hard as I could, finished it off, and then they cleaned me up afterwards. And then came back to the castle and they stapled me here.
Jesus. Problem.
All right, tell me about it. How was it?
Pretty sloppy, actually.
Okay, yeah.
I crashed, ripped a good hole in
Oh,
my jersey
no.
on the first stage.
Okay.
Like, again, it wasn't a bad crash. I got away with it. It was like sort of like slow speed stuffed it into a corner.
Yeah, shoot.
So I don't think I lost a ton of time, but I don't know. I think I like over amped myself.
Yeah,
Second one too,
gotcha.
I was like, I'm gonna make up time pedaling, and then I tweaked that tree right at the bottom of the pedal.
Oh, shoot.
And I like leapt off my bike, or like something. I didn't hit the ground, but I had to start the first little climb like from the standstill.
Oh, no.
And then just like 10 other dumb things happened until I just like sat down on my seat and like took 3 deep breaths and then started again. And it was fun. But it was just like, I nearly died in like 3 of the corners. Like front wheel up, like seat hitting me in the back, like pivoting around. I think I actually got through them relatively efficiently,
Good.
but like, I was getting a lot of cheers because I was like nearly dying. Like,
Yeah.
we're gonna go eat some paella. It's gonna be great. Excited for your paella?
Paella party.
Consolation paella.
Consolation paella. I was hoping
I'm
it would
sorry,
be celebratory
Macky.
paella, but it's not. Paella party. That right there is a lot of paella. Should we go get some?
Yeah, let's do it.
Gracias.